Krech here. I have something incredibly special to share with you this week on marketing, money, and meaning. You see, I have a best kept secret. When you ask me, well, Donna, how did you go from being a penniless mom to owning all of these million-dollar companies? How did you get through your husband having cancer so many times? How do you balance so many children and being in business? And how do you do all this? Well, it really does go back to my best kept secret. My best kept secret is my mom. This is Jetta, and she is 90 years young. And I decided that I would ask her, at the suggestion of a friend, what she feels about sales. You know, we talk a lot about make a difference marketing and marketing with meaning, that selling is not sinning, selling is serving. And I'm pretty staunch on that belief. Well, you are why I believe that. So let's talk a little bit about some of the questions that we talked about earlier today. Okay, Mom?
Yeah.
Okay. So you sold Stanley Home Products for 65 years.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And Stanley products, for the most part, are cleaning products. And Stanley products are very expensive. They're very high priced. Like window cleaner is much, much more expensive than, say, Windex. So why would somebody want to buy window cleaner if they can buy Windex so cheap?
Because it does a better job. And it lasts longer.
Okay.
So you get more for your money.
Okay. So then when you would tell people about the Stanley product, you would tell them about the value?
Right.
About how it lasted longer?
Right.
So then you were educating them.
Right.
You weren't just telling them that you had a window cleaner.
No, I would show them, not just tell them.
So you'd give an example, like you'd demonstrate.
Right.
Okay. So does that mean, for example, you'd show them how to use just a tiny bit, where with Windex you had to use a whole bunch?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now, so then what we're saying there is that if you explain to your prospect the value of what you have, because I'm telling you that window cleaner is expensive compared to Windex, but in a value perspective, it's a better buy. So are you talking about your value of your product or service to your prospect? And are you educating them? Are you demonstrating the difference? Now let's talk about something else. Remember we were talking earlier today about selling and sales. And I said you're working with your hostess when you're doing your party.
Right.
You're selling her your products, right? Well, how did you never feel like you were pushing her to buy more stuff?
Because I didn't have to push her. I sold quality. And that's what I let them know. I didn't pressure anybody ever.
Well, there are some people out there, believe it or not, Mom, who say that if you're selling something, you're pushing.
That's not true.
Okay? So when you would demonstrate your products and you were educating, well, how did you not feel like you were pushing?
Because I showed what the product would do, and then it was guaranteed also.
Okay.
And so a product that is guaranteed, you're not afraid to tell them that it is. And they buy it because they feel they need it.
Oh, well, how did they feel like they needed it?
Because you demonstrate what a good job it does.
When we were talking about it earlier, you said, well, I just told them the truth.
That's right. I did tell the truth. And you're never going to sell anything by lying, because it'll backfire on you.
So you told them the truth. What you told me earlier, you said I told them the truth, and then I proved the truth to them.
That's right.
What does that mean exactly?
It means that when I sold them the product, I showed them what it would do and why it would last longer, and just why they would want to come back for more.
Okay. So my brother Rick has been selling cars so successfully that he has walls and walls and walls of plaques. He's very laid back, very mild-mannered, wonderful, wonderful person. And today you were talking about Rick with regard to selling and telling the truth.
Right?
What do you think about that?
I think that's why he's been so successful, because he tells people the truth about cars no matter what the truth is. He tells it. So he's still in business.
Yeah. So you're not going to feel like you're pushing ever when you're selling if you're telling the truth. And what I love that she told me this morning is you tell the truth and then you prove the truth. You give examples, demonstrations, testimonials. You don't just say something that sounds wonderful. You prove something is wonderful. And then if you've got a guarantee behind it, you don't lose. Now let's talk about marketing for a second, okay? Because I asked you, how did people find out about Stanley?
Well, we started with the party plan of selling, and we would go to doors and offer a dust mop and duster if they invite a few ladies into their home and let us come and demonstrate. And so we did that. And then when we got there, we would take some products and demonstrate on either something we had with us or something in their home.
So you went door to door, knocking on doors. You took one of those hostess prizes with you, the hostess gifts, and said, if you'll have a few ladies into your home to let me show you this product, I'll let you win it. Right? Okay.
And that's what started Stanley-owned product.
Okay, okay. So I want to talk just a little bit when I teach these folks, and yes, those are my princess dogs you hear in the background, because I spent the night last night. Our family takes turns taking care of my mom, and so my dogs came with me, so you're part of the family. So I ask you, if one of the grandkids came to you and said they were thinking about going into sales,
Yeah.
right? But they decided they didn't want to because sales was associated with lying and being deceitful.
No, you cannot be a good salesman and lie, because people will find you out for one thing. But if you want to be a good salesman, you have to be truthful in everything.
So what about sales in general? Why would somebody want to go into sales?
Because you could make more money selling than you can any other hour of a job. Because when you sell, you're selling profit. I mean, you will be making profit, but you're selling a guaranteed product.
So what I'm hearing you say is people need to get out there and hustle, even door to door or a party plan, but they just need to guarantee what they have. If they guarantee what they have, then there's no chance of failure. There's only a chance for success.
That's right.
So I noticed this morning when I put a few clothes together to put them in the washing machine, and of course I went looking for the detergent, which of course was Stanley Home Products detergent. I opened up a cabinet. Now, again, my mom is 90 years young, and she still has a full cabinet, which I'll show you before we end today, of her products. And taped to the door is her inventory that she's got, how many that she's got. Now, it used to be a whole room, a whole garage, storage room of things, and now it's a cabinet. But why do you still have those back there, Mom?
Because I use them myself, for one thing, and another is I keep them available for somebody else that wants them. And we have people that still use our products after all these years because they're quality.
So you use them yourself, you just said.
Oh, I couldn't keep house without them.
So when you're selling something, be a good idea to feel like you couldn't live without that something. And that might be the secret, because you've had passion. I mean, we were raised packing orders and going on Stanley parties, and I watched you be passionate about what you sold.
Oh, yeah.
You believed in that.
That's right.
To the
I
point,
still believe it.
to the point that it's still, you couldn't keep house without it.
I know.
Okay, so I have one last question. We talked about marketing, and we talked about things that affect money, okay? But let's talk about something that's about life. If somebody were to ask you, what do you think the secret to happiness is? Or what do you think is the most important thing? If you could give somebody a piece of advice that's the most important thing, what do you think that would be?
I think to tell the truth and live according to our instructions by our Lord Jesus Christ. And if you follow His instructions, you will not go wrong.
So she asked me earlier if she'd be allowed to say something like that. She said, because I know you're not allowed to say that anymore. And I said, these are my videos, and it's my company, and she can say anything she wants. So there's the secret to my success. I was raised around sales. I was raised around integrity marketing. I was raised in a very strong faith family. And I was raised with family to the degree where 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, someone from my family is in this house with my mom, who we love.
I love Tim too. My family is exceptional.
Because she's exceptional. Thank you for watching, and thank you for sharing my heart. And before you walk away, I gotta show you this cabinet. So my secret to success shared with you one of the key secrets to marketing and sales success. And that's to absolutely tell the truth about your product, good, or service that you really believe in. But see, that was the key, really believing in it. Remember, she said she couldn't live without it. Well, we used to have a big, huge garage type storage room where she kept all of her products because she kept a huge inventory because she put on a lot of parties and she sold a lot of product. She's 90 and she still has the cupboard. Now, it's not a garage anymore, but, you know, it's a 6-foot cupboard and it's full all the way back. You know, we've got degreaser. That's a standard. Multi-surface cleaner, Aqualon up here, degreaser spray, carpet cleaner. And here's the thing. Her inventory is on both doors. So she knows exactly what she's got in there, and if she needs to order something, or if somebody's bought something, if she needs to replace something. When I asked her, why do you still keep this cupboard, Mom? She said, well, because I love this stuff. I couldn't live without it, so I use it myself. But also, you never know when somebody's going to want to buy something. So there, my friend, you never know when somebody's going to want to buy what you have. So get out there and believe in what you have. Live what you have with passion. Now, she's your secret to success too.